to hashtag just saying.
Podcast is bringing in the new year with you.
Oh, wow. Hang on one second. Wow.
Oh, that's our show for today. Good night, everyone. Happy New Year.
Wow. Hang on one second, you guys. I mean, wouldn't be the show if we didn't have some sort of technical thing. But luckily I know how to fix it. Quickly. I mean, this is the stuff they don't tell you. That's you know, the stuff they don't tell you. There we go. Oh boy. So like we said, I know. So as we previously said, this is hashtag just saying.
The podcast is bringing in the new year.
Bringing in the
Happy New Year.
We're literally bringing it in twice. This is how we start the new year.
This is how we do it.
By completely fucking up the beginning. That's fine. It's fine. So this, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it with this hat on. First, Happy New Year. I know. Second, as per usual, you can listen to the entire show on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, and Anchor, and Spotify. And Spotify.
And spot us and watch us. And listen.
And for the audio folks, you can watch the first 30 or so on YouTube. You can watch us just be stupid.
Yay!
So, having...
stupid.
I know, right? Having said that,
Having said that.
How was your New Year's Eve?
Oh, good. I was alone.
Oh, I'm sorry. I went Canadian there. I'm sorry, buddy.
My girlfriend had to work last night.
I see. Yes. I mean, what? Okay. Here's what happened yesterday. Right? Is I had to work only until about 3. So I did that.
Oh, I thought you got out at 2.
No, I got out at 3. I was none too. I was none too pleased.
We got let out at 10.
Oh, shit.
Last week was like 9:30 for Christmas.
Oh.
This week, 10 o'clock.
I need to work in Sean's office. I'm telling you, that sounds like amazing.
We're number 1. Okay.
Oh, and then I got mad the other day, because I found out that I have to work MLK Day, and I know that there's probably a lot of people who are like, so what? But I haven't worked Martin Luther King Day since I worked retail like 20, 30 years ago.
Boo!
So I'm like, this is some BS.
Yes.
I always get it on. Now I have to work?
Yeah.
No. No. Yes. So I'm incredibly disappointed about that. And it's not like we traded it for a day. Because, you know, you have some companies that are like, oh, you work on Veterans Day and we'll give you the day after Thanksgiving off. It's like a trade-off. Yeah, there's no trade-off. I don't get an extra thing. I just get nothing. That's my thing. That's my extra thing. Nothing. The extra is nothing. So yesterday...
There's no extra or nothing.
I know.
Nothing.
Yes, not a thing. So yesterday when I got off work, Jay and I got something to eat. Oh my God, let me tell you something. Do you like spicy food?
Buffalo. Like buffalo chicken.
You like buffalo, like spicy? Buffalo.
That's pretty much it.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, there I am.
Yeah, there you are. I'm fixing all over the place.
But my buffalo has to be mild.
Your buffalo has to be mild?
Yeah, I'm a wuss.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like spicy things either. And I don't like, I don't like a lot of, like, pepper. I don't like spicy things. Yeah. Jay, on the other hand, he can I mean, he put hot sauce on his cereal. I promise you. It's like, oh my god, how do you eat like that? Right? I can't with this. I can't. It's pissing me off. Because I can't make it work with the headphones.
Makes a good decoration.
Oh my god, here we go. Thank god I can hear now. So, there we go. I'm happy with that. That's
there
fine.
you go.
So,
That worked.
it's like Marge Simpson now with the homie. So I got off work. We had something to eat. Now we got some pizza from this place, and I ordered these garlic knot things, which are these little bits of dough, and they just have garlic shit on it. In the past, they've been really, really good. So, I don't think so.
Almost squished the head.
She's not having not being able to come in. Okay, so Daisy aside.
Hi.
So she's like, you have company and I need to say hi.
I need rubbies.
Yeah, I need scritches. So anyway, I ordered these garlic knots, right? And I took they're so small, you literally just pop them in your mouth, right? So I popped one. And I don't know what happened. It was like, either it was coated in red pepper, or they added something to whatever shit they put on there. But it was so spicy, my throat immediately closed.
Ew.
And I was like, no! And I'm just sitting there like, oh my, like I couldn't breathe. So I tried to drink. That made my life slightly worse. I was like, what the fuck? This is awful. So I was like, these are really bad. And then Jay was like, really? So he goes, do you mind if I try it? And I said, no, go ahead.
Maybe if you have it the way you just did, but put the top of your headphones over the back of it.
It won't work with the headphones, brother. I'm telling you.
No, I mean like going across this part
Oh.
on the back end.
I don't know. We'll just leave it be. So I'll just try not to move my head.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
So he popped one, and I said, "Do you find it spicy at all?" And he goes, "No." I'm like, oh. And then I said, so I felt bad, and then I said, yeah, but you, like what's spicy to me isn't spicy to him. Like, I do like, there's a Mexican restaurant we go to, and they have great tacos. And so I like getting food from there, but occasionally the rice is a bit spicy. But to him, it's like, just white rice. He's like, oh, this is great. I'm like, well, it's a bit of a kick. So I don't know. I mean, everybody's palate's different. My throat literally just closed. So there was that. And then I bought a new shelf. Okay? And there's a whole backstory to this shelf. But...
Don't do what I did.
What?
You buy a shelf and it's still not put together.
No, I wasn't going to do that.
Christmas, like November of last year.
Yeah.
I got this nice shelf that I was going to put all my CDs on.
Mm-hmm.
And I still haven't put it together yet.
You still haven't?
Nope.
Oh my god, dude. Sean Procrastination King. So, I was like, okay, well, this is for, because I have a quote-unquote game room where all the video game stuff is. So, I bought this new shelving thing for the game room, and it's a cubed shelf, like I have my little Funko guys on. Mm-hmm. I have a Funko collection. I like them. So, I'm just telling people I have a Funko collection because I like them. Jay got me Simon Le Bon from Duran Duran thing, and I opened it, and I was literally like, hungry like the wolf!
I mean, that's what they make one for Wham.
It would just say George Michael and the other guy?
Yes.
The other guy that Sean doesn't know the name of? What's his name, Sean?
I just remember Andrew.
It's Andrew Ridgely.
Ridgely, I can never remember.
Ridgely.
But I can stop remembering Andrew now.
One singular sensation. So, anyways, tired of picking it up now. So, I bought this shelf. So, we were going to put this together. Now, I have said oftentimes in the past that if you really want to, like, before you get married, you should have to put furniture together with somebody. Because it will show, like, your ability to teamwork, right? And I'm not good at that, okay? I have very little patience. I'm like hurry up, you know? So, yeah, I'm not good with dawdlers. Like, my dad is like that. Like, he's a huge dawdler. He'll just, he'll just putter and, like, do it at his own pace. He's like, come on, Dad, hurry, let's go. Well, no, you want it done right, don't you? I have a parent story, by the way, but I'm going to save that. You're going to want to hear that one. So, anyways. So we have the shelf, and then after dinner I said, let's put the shelf together, right? I had my evening planned. I was going to watch Anderson Cooper on TV. He was going to have Jimmy Buffett on, and I was like, oh boy, I'm ringing the new year. Because he does the show with his friend Andy. And Andy's a drinker, and Anderson is not. So the whole joke of the thing is that he gets Anderson to do shots, and Anderson gets progressively hammered throughout the whole show. And by the end, he's just a giggly mess.
It sounds like me when I'm drunk.
He's just like, and he has a weird giggle, so he's just giggling at everything, and it's fucking hilarious. So, anyways, so I said, we got a couple hours to kill before the show I wanted to watch. So Jay's like, okay. So I took out the shelf, and we put the pieces together, and we did it, and I did not lose my patience once. And I went, oh, adulting. Like, I was so surprised with myself. And we got it together fairly quickly for me. Because usually these things takes like 8 hours. So they're like, basically I would read the instruction and then hand him what he needed, and then he would like, okay, blah blah blah, and he would get it done.
Gobble.
Yeah, I know. Like it was surgery. Here are the screws. Right? So we got that together. It was actually smaller than I thought it would be. So I was slightly disappointed about that. But I have accent lighting around it. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. I took a picture of it, and I sent it to my sister, and she goes, oh, now I know what I'm doing. Because in the first cube, I got Jay this for Christmas. I got him this retro Atari thing. It's like the 40th anniversary of the 2600.
Yay!
And it has like 180 games in it, right? So, there's that. And then I got the Nintendo, because I got him this game, and I wanted to make sure he could play it, so I bought an old school NES. So the first cube is Atari, the second cube is Nintendo. The third cube is the Super NES that he had. And then down below, in like a middle cube, there goes the dog now.
Now I know.
Yeah. See, this is why I'm like, I go crazy about her, because she's like, oh.
In, out, in, out.
Yeah,
out.
that drives me crazy. So.
Put it in, take it out. Put it in, take it out.
That's a different evening. So.
That's a fun evening.
Yeah.
Oh,
See?
yeah.
2 seconds it lasted. Anyway, so the last one is my my PS4. I know. That'll be the whole video, is me fucking with this. Yeah. So, anyways.
Yep, there you go. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I think I don't know. It feels weird now. So, I'm just trying. I'm over here trying. That's all we're doing in 2021. Just trying. So, I put the accent lighting around the back of it, and it can change color and stuff. So we got it all set up, and we got the games going. And I still have my original PlayStation games with my PS2 games, because the PlayStation 3, which is the oldest system that I have, can play PlayStation 1 through PlayStation 3 games. Which is the only reason that I keep that system. Because otherwise I'd have to go buy a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, blah, blah, blah. And it's not as if, like, you know, I play those games all the time, but I at least want the option, you know? And it's like, well, I want to be able to play them if I want them. So I those games, like, because we run out of cubes. And eventually I want to get a PS5. So I'm like, we're gonna be out of cubes because of the games and the cubes and stuff. So I took the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games, and I have these little footstool things. And they open up, and they're, like, for storage, so I put those in there. And I said, because originally I was going to put them in, like, a Tupperware thing and put them in, like, the closet or the basement or something. And I said, if they're far away, I'll never go after them. Because I'll just be like, no, I'm not going to get that. No. I know myself. I'd be like, nah, I'm not trying to rummage for that. So I said, at least they're in the same room. Now, my mom wants the old shelf that we had, so I'm going to have Jay load that in the car later. That'll be fun.
Oh, yeah.
That'll be fun. That will be when I lose my patience. Just put it in the car. So, about the shelf. Now, I said earlier, I have had... this has been the worst year as far as, like, shipping for me. I mean the worst month. Not year. So, earlier in the month, I had ordered something for Jay's uncle for Christmas. And instead of having it shipped here, and then having to drive it all the way to his house, and drop it off and then turn around and go back, I said, I'll just have it delivered right to his house. So, I had it shipped to his house. And I got the notification. I know, yes. And I got the notification that it had been delivered. So I said, call your uncle, see if it's on his porch, and, you know, that way we can verify that it's been delivered. Well, he did call his uncle. It was not there. And I was like, what the hell?
I'm still waiting on 3 things I ordered around December 9th or 10th.
Oh, man. So
I can feel the pain.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I gave up. I waited until the next day, and then I said, this thing's gone. I have no idea where it is. So I contacted the company, and I did get a refund. Great. And I said, I'm going to order it again, but I'm going to have it shipped here because I'm not going through that again. It's just easier if it's here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a video doorbell, so I can see if anybody drops off the package. Right? Which comes into play in my next story. So I ordered this shelf, right? And it was supposed to be delivered, I think, on Tuesday. And Jay and I were actually going to put it together, on, like, Wednesday. Because I didn't plan on doing any, like, I wasn't going to be doing manual labor on New Year's Eve. I know, right? I'm not ringing in the new year putting together furniture. So, what ended up happening was, I got the notification that it had been delivered. So I went outside, and it's not there. And I look at both doors, because I have 2 doors facing the front of my house. And oftentimes, people who deliver stuff will put it on the far door, which we don't really use. And I don't understand why they put it there, because it's like steps, and it's more obvious if something is sitting there. Package thieves. So I was like, ugh. So I even...
Laughing the way you said that.
Oh.
Come on, louder.
There we go. I'll fix you. I'll fix you. I'll fix you. That did get a little bit louder, didn't it? So...
Oh, that's better for me. I like that.
Oh, good. So I went and checked the other door, and then I checked the sides of the house, even. Because, you know, sometimes, I don't know how big this furniture was going to be. I'm like, maybe he, you know, just set it up, just leaned it on the side of the house. So I checked the side of the house, nothing. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So now I'm angry, right? Now this is UPS.
Oops.
Yeah, oops.
Oops.
Oops. So I contact UPS and I said, you say my package has been delivered and I do not have my package. Now, the amount of work that you have to go through with UPS to file a claim is ridiculous.
I bet.
Oh my God. And they sent me a PDF of paperwork I had to fill out. They sent me all this stuff. And I was talking to Jay and I'm like, maybe I can just, because I got it through Amazon. So I'm like, maybe I can just contact Amazon and get a refund through them. And then they can file a claim with UPS and get their money back. And just do it that way because this is annoying as hell. Like, I was getting angry. So, the next day, right, I've been working from home. So, the next day I'm at work in my office. And I get my doorbell rings. So, I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm not expecting anyone. So I go to the door, and I go to the door without a mask on because I'm so like, why is somebody knocking on my door? Here's the dog again.
She ain't knocking. She's just opening.
Oh. So anyway, I'm a little like, what the heck? So I open up the door, and it's this woman standing there. And my initial thought was, what religion is she going to try to get me into? Right? Because that's really the only reason a stranger knocks on your door. He's like, hey, do you know Jesus Christ? No, but would you like to meet him?
Yeah!
Yes! Keep knocking on my door. So, she goes, hi. And she said, are you Tara Rogers? And I'm like, shit, did I have a traffic thing? Like, did we fight? So I said, yeah. And she goes, okay, I got a package at my house with your name on it. And I said, seriously? And she said, yeah. So she gave me her address. And it had 2 5s in it. And I went, a 5 doesn't look anything like an 8.
No.
I said, I could see, because mine ends in 8-8. I said, and I could see if it was 8-6. The package going someplace there, somebody mistaken a 6 for an 8, if you just look at it quickly, or if rain had smudged the type or something. But 2 5s? I was like, what? So I was just flabbergasted, and she's like, my name is Mary, and then she goes, I wrote you a note. She said, because I didn't know if you were going to be home, I was just going to slide it under your door or something, or leave it in your mailbox, and I was like, okay. And I said, well, thank you, Mary, and then I said, well, I'm kind of working right now. I said, my husband gets home around 2:33 o'clock. I said, I will send him on over to pick up the shelf if that's okay. And she said, that's great. She said, just give me a knock and let me know that it's you guys picking it up. And I said, all right, no problem. So she left, and then I went back inside. I was like, the rest of my afternoon going, how do you mistake 2 5s for 2? And I'm like, and then Jay goes, well, he probably just wasn't even caring at that point, right?
No one cares these days.
Yeah. So, there's a package that I was supposed to get December 22nd. This is something totally different, right? I have not gotten this package. Now we're talking the USPS. Oops. Oops to the highest power. Has not delivered my package, and I'm like,
yeah, they're extremely backed up because I'm still waiting on 3 or 4 things.
Here's the thing, I understand, and this was not an emergency thing, right? I'm not like, my issue is not that it's not here yet when it should have been.
Mine is one of them.
My issue is that when I go and enter in the tracking number, it has not been updated since December 22nd. So I have no idea where my thing is.
Yeah, I've been contacting the sellers of the ones that I bought on eBay.
Yeah.
And asking them to check with the post office, where the hell is this package? So they look it up, and they're waiting for a response from them.
Well, I mean, I contacted because this is actually like, this is actually like a food thing. So I contacted the seller. There's these little jellied fruit slices. They're quite lovely. They're quite lovely. I love them. I would have been better off trying to find them in a store because I bought them from the company, and now I'm still waiting on them. But I figure by the time I get them, they'll have gone back to real fruit because it'll just have completed its life cycle by the time I fucking get them. So I contacted the seller and I said, listen, this has nothing to do with you. I said, this is all a shipping thing. I said, but I want you to be aware of this thing because other people might be going through what I'm going through.
Well, that and it's also the seller's responsibility to follow up when you need them.
Well, I mean, they literally said to me, there's nothing we can do. And then she's like, if you want a refund, we could talk about that. And I was like, I don't want the refund, I want my stuff. You know?
I want both.
So then I filed a claim. I got claims going all over the place, right? Like an old-time prospector. That's my claim. I got claims all over the place. Now I have a claim with frickin' the Postal Service. So I get an automated email from the next town over Postal Service. And the guy's like, we're going to be looking into this. And, you know, we hope to have a resolution for you. That was like 3 days ago. And I've not heard from, his name was Corey. I've not yet heard from Corey. I think Corey probably doesn't give a shit about what I'm going through. But it was just highly annoying.
Just lost my window.
No, I'm sorry.
I just got something for you.
Oh, well.
This was from Phil.
Oh, Phil!
Yeah.
Oh, praise be. What's Phil got to say in the new year? We ordered this thing off eBay from this gentleman named Phil. Yeah.
You will receive a quick start quote card.
Yeah.
Attached. It says attached to this message, so I guess I gotta open that up.
All right.
It's pretty, as well as a video that shows how to use the Ghost Box.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty straightforward. Also, you will find recent pics attached. Paint and texture is done as of today.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Nice.
The electronics are assembled. Now all that's needed is the final assembly.
Oh, we're in the final stages now.
Phil's really
Phil is
in there.
Phil is happening now. Phil is happening now. Oh, my
That's what I was waiting.
my remote control Grogu is on its way now.
Ooh.
I'm excited for that. I'm gonna be doing. We're gonna put that on the show somehow. I'm either gonna do a separate video or
Open my fridge.
yeah. Open my fridge. We're gonna have to do something with that. I think the dog is probably gonna be frightened by it. So I mean, now I have a claim with them, and I've not heard from them. I don't expect to. I mean, at this point, I'm thinking like this is probably a lost thing. I'm never gonna see it.
Oh, you will. It'll probably be like the end of this month now.
Yeah. And I'm like, I was talking to Jay, and I said, you know, I'm slowly losing my confidence in all of these companies.
I already did.
Sean! Oh,
No one cares these days. You get bad customer service almost everywhere you go.
Yeah.
I remember, like, years ago, we used to go to drive up a window at, like, Wendy's or something, and you can put your order in while these other people are filling the other people's orders that's in front of you.
Yeah.
The one that's near my apartment, you go to, even if there's one car up at that window and no one in between you and them,
Yeah.
they make you wait until they're just about done with them. Like, it's so hard for this guy to take an order and give this guy their food. And there's always two people near that window. So you think one of them can just hand the food out the window, the other guy can take the order.
Yeah.
And they, no matter how loud you talk into these damn machines, they still can't hear you, and they screw up your order. And
Ugh.
like, no, I didn't order that way. I said no pickles or no whatever.
Yeah.
They're like adding extra this and something else that you don't need. Like, dude, are you that dumb?
Yeah, I mean, Jay and I had gotten something the other day, and they screwed it up, but it wasn't... they screwed up his order, but it wasn't screwed up to the point he couldn't eat it. So he just, you know, took things off and did whatever it was he needed to do. And then he's like, this is good, despite that fuck up. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? Sorry.
Well, for me, it's always good when, like, if they do screw up, Like if I just ask for double cheese, this is how I always do it: double cheese, extra cheese, ketchup only. Sometimes I'll go back to the apartment and they'll have everything in it. Like one, how do you screw that up?
Yeah.
And two, I just think to myself, it's good that I'm not allergic to any of this.
I know, right?
I can just take it off and I'll still eat it. But if I was allergic to any of that, I'd really be pissed.
Oh, I know. You'd have to go back.
Yeah. And even though it's like a half a block away from my apartment, it's
Shut
still a bitch to go back out.
It's inconvenient when you've gotten home.
You're about to get settled in, you're comfy, and you're excited about eating, and I screwed it up.
And you gotta go all the way back. You're right there. Oh.
I'm scratching my knee. And
okay.
So I'm kind of like a dog doing that thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what is happening over there? Jesus.
Right, Daisy?
No, she's asleep. She don't care.
Oh, you lucky dog.
Yeah. Oh, man. I was a white knuckle to midnight last night. I was sitting there like, it was 11:15, and I look at my phone and look at the clock, and I went, oh. And Jay goes, well, you can go to bed now if you want. And
I'll wake you up.
And I'm like, no, I'm an adult. I want to make it to midnight. And he's like, okay.
My parents went to bed last night before 9.
Oh, I know my parents went to bed early.
They don't stay up anymore.
Yeah, mine don't either. It's so, like, I texted my mom Happy New Year. I've not yet heard from her. So I don't know. She's probably ignoring me.
I sat in line last night and I just took a little nap for an hour.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had thought of that, and then I was just like, nah, if I nap, it'll be... I have enough trouble sleeping. I don't need more. Okay, so before we close out the YouTube folks, I will give you the parent story right now. So, I know. So, I gotta...
Yay!
Yeah. So, last Sunday, I got a text from my niece, and she was like, hey, I'm, making breakfast, you should come over. So I'm like, okay. So I go over, and,
You're cooking? Alright,
yeah,
I'm there.
She's a good cook, so I was like, I'm in. So I go over there, and, I mean, she made everything. So I was, holy shit. So I'm sitting there having breakfast, right? Well, it was Jay and I and my parents, and, my niece Nikki, and her brother, one of her brothers. So anyway, it was just at the table. It was just me and Jay, and my
kitty table.
No, I mean breakfast was over and everybody had dispersed, and my niece had to go home. She had to help her older brother with something. But anyway, so I was sitting there. Or maybe she was still there cleaning up. I don't remember. But it was at the table. It was me and Jay and my mom. It was me and Jay and my mom. My dad had gotten up and gone in another room. And my mom had assumed that he was being antisocial.
Jay?
And no, my dad. Because he had left the room. And my mom is big on, if people are there, you should be at the table, conversing. She's big on that. So she's like, your father's being rude. And I said, well, he just saw us the other day, because this was a Sunday after Christmas. And I said, well, he just saw us the other day. I said, I saw him twice, actually. Actually. So she goes, no, he's just being difficult. And I said, I don't think that's what it is. And she said, when normally, his name is Robert. When she's just talking to him, she'll say Bob. When she's pissed, she'll call him Rob. And when she's really mad, it's Robert, the full Robert.
Oh, yeah.
So she turns.
Like when we were kids.
Yeah.
Parents are mad, we get the full name.
Oh, yeah. So she turns and she's, Robert! Right? I didn't yell into the mic because it's too much. So, and he's deaf as a post. So I'm like, he's not going to hear you. And she goes, oh, he heard me. He's ignoring me. And I said, I don't think that's what it is. So she turns and yells again, Robert! He comes down the hall, because he had been down the hall. I thought maybe he was in the bathroom.
Run down the hall.
He didn't run. My dad doesn't run. He's a very move at my own pace individual.
I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah, I'll get there and you just wait for me. So
give me some while I'm waiting.
he gets to it's an open dining room, which the kitchen is right there. So he stands in the kitchen, he looks at the dining room, and he goes, "I am in the middle of something." And it was so... I just started laughing so hard I was crying. And my mom had this look like, well, la-dee-fucking-da.
Oh my God.
Ah. That's right. So she gives him that kind of look, and then she looks at me and she's, well, la-dee-da. So he disappears again, and he comes back. And now he's in the kitchen puttering around, and there's an open thing so she can see him from the dining room. And she goes, "What were you doing?" And she, because she's got to know. So he turns, and he, on the counter, and he goes, "I was putting new batteries in my hearing aid so I could hear you yell at me." And she looked so offended. And she was like, "Oh." She goes, "It's not as if you do anything about it anyway." And I said, so I look at her, and I'm just, I'm crying laughing just by the whole interaction. And then I said, "This proves he hears you yelling, and he does nothing about it." I was like, he is fucking ignoring you. And she goes, "I knew that. I didn't need that. I knew it." I was like, wow. For the rest of the day, and this is Sunday, so I went home, and then I showered. I have a second podcast I have with Jay, so I recorded that show. And then I went back to my parents for Sunday dinner, and the whole time I was there, the second somebody would say something, I'd go, "Hey, I am in the middle of something." And my dad would look at me and go, "Just shut up." Because he had had enough. But, I mean, it was funny. It was so funny. He would do something, and then I look at my mom. "He's in the middle of something. Leave him alone." "He's ignoring me," is what he's doing. "Yeah, we proved that earlier. He just ignores you." It's fucked up. It's like, I go over there, it's like...
you can get the stuff on video.
Oh, God. I tell her that all the time. I was like, someday I'm going to record this shit. I said, because it's gold.
It is.
And she doesn't think it's funny. She doesn't think it's funny at all. She's like, "I don't know why." And then I don't know why you... Because I said, I'm like, I talk about you constantly on the show. I said, because the two of you are hilarious. And she doesn't think they're funny at all. So she goes, "I don't know why people would find that amusing." It's like, because it is.
I want to try something.
What?
Everybody that's watching the video,
Yeah?
comment on how funny you think it is, these stories of her parents.
Oh, man.
Leave us some comments about do you find it hilarious too?
Sean's just looking for comments in the new year now. I mean, I don't know. I say sometimes, I'm like, sometimes I just want to come in here and hit record and just see what I get, because the two of you are insane. They're insane. And it's just like, they're in their mid 70s, and they no longer give a fuck. So they just say whatever, and especially my dad. My dad's at that age where he just says whatever he wants. And I'm like, "Dad, you can't do that."
We'll be there someday.
Oh, I know. Maybe.
We'll be there right now.
Maybe someday. I mean, like, my oldest nephew has, like, 3 little girls, so they were in the living room playing while we were getting Sunday dinner going. And they were being, like, a little bit loud, but that's kids, so they were yelling. And then all of a sudden, you see my dad appear in the doorway, and then he's like, "Hey!" My dad doesn't yell. So him just going, "Hey, knock it off!" I was like, "Ooh!" I looked at my mom, and even she, jumped, and I said, because he's a very soft-spoken person. So I looked at my mom and I was like, they must be setting fires out there. I was like, he actually yelled. Actually, he yelled at them. And she goes, oh, they must have been doing something. And then all of a sudden you hear the youngest one start crying. So then I immediately was like, Dad, you made her cry. And he goes, she's not crying at me. She's crying because she fell. I said, oh, okay. And then he looks at her and goes, that's what you get. And I went, Dad! And he goes, she was fucking around. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. Well, I mean, they were playing. I mean, this might be familiar to some of us. They were playing The Floor is Lava. Have you ever played that game?
Yep.
Where it's like you got to get around the room without touching the floor?
Yep.
Well, the little one decided she was going to jump from the coffee table onto these little plastic chairs for little kids that my mom has for the little kids to sit into.
We don't play it that way.
And she misjudged her jump and landed in the middle of the chair. Like the back of the chair hit her right in the tummy. So she was like, ugh! And then she starts crying. So then my dad was like, that's what you get. With no sympathy at all. And I was like, wow. And then I said, that's not how you play Floor is Lava. I was like, you don't do that. So I spent 5 minutes trying to explain to the kids how you play. And I was like, I don't know. I guess I play the safe way. You're supposed to put cushions and jump to the cushion. I guess that's the 80s safe way. What way did you play?
Well, not then. I do it now.
Oh, you do it now?
My girlfriend's daughter.
Oh, okay.
We go out to the store or whatever, she'll see like cracks or whatever on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Cracks of lava. So we gotta step over the cracks.
Yeah.
All the way up to the door.
My, Nikki, my niece, had convinced one of the younger kids that stepping on the crack, you know that old, thing, don't step on the crack, break your mom's back. So then she, the little one purposely went, and then she's like, Mommy's broken. I was like, oh, shit.
She's done something like that before a few times, joking.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. You're broken. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hope you had a satisfying New Year's Eve. Thank you for everything last year. For your likes, your comments, your subscriptions. Continue to do so. We will see you next time. Oh. Okay. Toodaloo kangaroo. Sean's got something to tell you. Tell him, Sean.
Have a good everything. Have a good New Year. Hopefully this one's better.
Yes.
I will now pull a cat out of a hat. Abracadabra. Meow.